What's up, everyone? It's your boy BLAZEDxENFERNO.
And I'm ENFERNO Eknight117, and you're listening to episode 61 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast.
We're recording this episode 5:30, so we're at the end of the month, which is May 30th. We almost in June. You know what I mean? And we got a really good show for you guys today, man. We got a lot to fucking talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about. If you're new to the show, just know you can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and other platforms that we really don't. We're on a bunch of different platforms, dog. The links are in the description, so feel free to check us out. And check out our personal links as well. Eden Knight's got YouTube, he does Twitch, he does a whole bunch of other stuff. I do as well. So make sure you check that out and support our individual journeys and stuff like that. And also remember to rate the show 5 stars. Help us out, get some new listeners, all that jazz. Boom. Episode 61, man. Got a lot to talk about, though. How you been, though, bro? How you been, man?
Been better. Bit stuffed up, so you might hear me sniffing here and there.
Man.
But yeah, it's a lot today because we got what happened? The PlayStation showcase.
Yeah, dog. We got a lot to talk about, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
And for all of y'all, on the last podcast, I talked about my cat not doing too well. A little update with that. I mean, Guinness is fine. That motherfucker was just constipated.
That's good to hear.
He's currently running around and being a happy ass cat. So he's back to normal. Everything's back to normal. Last week I had a weird stream schedule because I went out of town. I went to South Carolina for the weekend. Got some of that Southern hospitality on. Had a lot of fun. Turned it up. Enjoyed the outside sky and it rained a lot. And I shot a lot of guns. I was just wilding out. But we had a good time, man. We had a good time. We back at it. This week's podcast and stream schedule is fucking loaded. We might as well just jump into the obvious since we kind of leaning into that. Street Fighter 6 comes out this Friday, and to my motherfucking surprise, all right, this game has been getting rave reviews all over. Like I've seen 10s on a Street Fighter game. 10s on a Street Fighter game. I'm gonna say that again. 10s on a Street Fighter game.
Is it uncommon to get a 10 on a fighting game?
I just think Street Fighter 5 was so bad that it just kind of like marred, if that's even a word, like the expectations of anything else that they do Street Fighter wise, because Street Fighter 5 was bad, man. The netcode was bad. We talked about it when we did our beta review a couple episodes back. But Street Fighter 6 has a way better netcode. The story mode looks really fun, really dope. We got some hands-on time with that. The last beta, which was actually like a week or two ago, we got some hands-on time with the Battle Lounge, which is like you make your own character and you're in this big-ass lounge where you can talk to other players. And there's all these different players in there with their freaky ass custom characters.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the character customization on that. It's just gross. It's like
dog.
Ark Survival Evolved weird.
And listen, it actually, I think, because see, we've only seen like a portion of the create a character stuff. Apparently, a lot of things that you do with your character is gonna matter, like your height, your arm length. All that shit is going to matter in a fight.
So it's going to be a meta to building characters, literally?
It probably will be. And I wonder how like tournaments and shit are going to handle that. Like,
you're going to make a dude with tiny legs and really long arms.
Yeah, like, am I going to be able to just like,
just spam the punch button and you'll never be able to touch me?
Yeah, man. But I was surprised when I was looking through articles for the podcast today, and I was just like, damn, like, this is the third review I've seen of Street Fighter 6, and it's a either a 9 or a 10, dog. I think I've seen 1 8 or 8.5. I think everything's been like a 9 or 10. So I'm super excited. I'll be streaming that this Friday for Friday Night Fight 18. We're gonna be streaming that up, and it's gonna be a dope ass time. I think this game is gonna be dope, man. Eknight, I know you don't play fighting games, but do you think? I mean, you might grab this up, man.
Probably not. Maybe when it's on sale, if it's
True,
like a
true.
community thing. Like
Yeah,
I just
true,
don't.
true.
I don't play fighting games like at all like that. So it's really just not. I'm not like that interested in it. But
Nah, I feel you.
if it goes on sale like later in the year, I might grab it just so I can jump in that Friday night fight and get my ass kicked.
Yeah, man. It's definitely a dope ass game. I've had a lot of fun with the betas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to this Friday, man. Hopefully it's a smooth launch. We don't have too many motherfucking issues. I do believe Diablo 4 drops this week too.
I
Um
believe it's June something.
Diablo 4. Um June 6th, so next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. So yeah. Yeah, we got that coming out. So I mean, we got a good week for games coming up, man.
Speaking of Diablo,
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, are you gonna join the race?
Nah, hell no, man. I'm
Because there's a controversy over it, with the 4-day head start,
I
and
don't even think I don't
apparently
even
that's when
think
it
I'm gonna
starts.
get the game, man. I don't even think I'm gonna get the game right away. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna
I'm
give it
waiting
like a I'm gonna
2
give it
weeks.
like a good I'm gonna give it like a month.
I
I
mean,
want
yeah, but I know I wanna dive into it, and I know Julio wants to dive into it, so I'm like, we wait 2 weeks because after the whole Overwatch thing, I'm kind of just hesitant to jump into any new Blizzard game.
That's right. We didn't even add that to the show notes, man.
Yeah, the
That was
whole
a hurt piece.
the bait and switch with Overwatch 1.5 is fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
man. We're gonna talk
It's,
about that in a second, but let's get the Diablo 4 shit out the way.
I, I I I do think it's kind of like weird that they're gonna have this race thing. I think it's like a FOMO thing they're trying to pull to get everybody to buy the early access shit.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's dumb. I mean, like if you have that race, it's a race to get to like I don't know level 100 in hardcore or something. I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It doesn't start when the game officially launches. I think it starts immediately as soon as the early access people get to it. So anybody that wants to actually get their name engraved into the statue, which I think is kind of a dumb prize, but some people value it. It's like a leaderboard, I guess. Um, Pretty much, if you buy the 4-day early access, you got a 4-day head start.
Yeah.
So, I mean, kind of a minor controversy. I don't think anyone who really cares about that stuff is going to mind. Um, I've seen a lot of people arguing about different people from different regions not being able to participate because they're not going to be like able to get to it. But I don't kind of failing like this. It's not like it's for a cash prize. It's like more like you're gonna get etched on to a statue somewhere. I don't even know where the statue's gonna be. So it's like, or
Probably the
if you're,
Blizzard headquarters.
yeah, I mean, like you're not even gonna receive a copy of the statue either. Like that's, and they're doing it so weird. They're doing it like via Twitter. Like they're you need to send proof via Twitter. You could just easily just like Photoshop some shit real quick. But
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know,
I don't
man.
know.
I
It's just a
think
weird controversy.
I think me personally, I'm a wait on this game, man. I'm a wait. I enjoyed the beta, but not enough to drop $70 on it, especially with
Mm,
like Street Fighter coming out. I'm more excited for Street Fighter right now. Like
I mean,
I've
that's
I've,
fair.
I've got a lot of hands-on time with the demo and the beta. So I know what I'm getting into with that. I missed the last beta they had for Diablo, which was the stress test. Did you
No,
participate in that?
no.
Okay.
So I didn't want to jump into that because it was like I already played the beta. Um, I already know the netcode's gonna be kind of shitty at launch because everyone trying to get in all at once. Hell,
Yeah.
it might even be like Overwatch where everyone's sitting here trying to get through a queue. So that's kind of why I want to wait 2 weeks because I don't like rushing to play a game. Like, I'll be excited to play a game. Like, when Starfield comes out, it's like a day one, right?
Oh yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
but Diablo, I've never been super interested in. And I liked Diablo 4 beta. I think it's cool. I think Druid class was interesting, even though it's apparently the worst one. Um, and I like the whole open world concept they were going there with the world and how big the map is going to be. So, like, I wanna play it, but I don't want to jump in too early because I feel like there's going to be a lot of glitchiness and a lot of bugginess at launch, or it may be totally fine. But even then, I'm still waiting 2 weeks because it's really
Mm-hmm.
not. I'm not in any rush to jump into this game. Like,
Nah, I definitely feel you on that, man. Like I said, I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna definitely wait. Probably towards the end of the month, I might pick that up. So I'll be joining you guys a little late. We'll probably try to get a little guild in on there. I know Angel from our community is getting it day one, so
mhm.
she'll be there. We got a couple people from the community that'll be getting it day one, but I think I'm gonna hold out, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
I had fun, but I didn't have $70 worth of fun. Like I
It's one
really
of those games where the first like hour of it is like pretty much gonna be the game for most part. Like you run around, you kill mobs, you get loot. Boss fights might be intense and probably fun to do. And then after you quote unquote beat the campaign, you get to just increase the world tier, which just makes the game harder and harder as you go on. So
mhm,
it's really like killed Destiny for me, which is repeating content over and over and over again. But I think the way they have Diablo 4 set up is that you won't feel like you're repeating content first until like a certain extent. So like maybe that'll be good. But
mm.
for the most part, yeah, no, they got that. I'll see them 2 weeks after the fact when I'm running around as a giant bear creature or as a rogue, just like doing backflips.
Yeah, they for me, they just gotta I know it's a Blizzard game, so it's gonna have some day one issues. So I'm not excited to run into those. And then it's just again, it's I didn't have as much fun as I don't know. I just didn't have as much fun as I thought I was gonna have. Like I thought. Now again, it was just a beta, and it was a very small portion. We only got to play like 4 characters, and the necromancers who I played as, and it was just
Yeah,
super overpowered. So it really wasn't like that enjoyable. I just kind of spammed, resurrect and sent my skeletons in to do all the
yeah.
work. So
Well, a lot
I
of people like min-maxing builds and shit, so like having an OP class from the start might uh encourage them to play other classes, but I don't know if they tweaked it or not. They probably did, seeing how strong it was at the during the first beta test.
yeah,
So, but yeah, no, it's like it's 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 a top-down game. I don't really have that too much fun with those games that like that anymore. It's really like it's really just like kind of like a craving that I'll have occasionally to play a game like that, like
yeah.
an Albion Online or like a RuneScape, and I'm just like I just feel like playing this style game for a while and then I'll
Mm-hmm.
stop completely. It's not a game I'll routinely play. Diablo might be something I would routinely play because of how deep the RPG aspect of it is, but at the end of the day, it's still like just a top-down dungeon crawler type game where you can play with like up to I think what 4 people in
Yeah,
like a squad.
yeah.
So like it's not something I'm gonna like lose my shit over if I don't have it right away. I'm gonna let it cook, let it bake in
Yeah.
the oven, let them rub out any bugs, tweak any classes, and then I'll join them 2 weeks after if I feel like getting it.
Hmm. Yeah, like I know we're like a podcast. We're supposed to be a news source. So it's generally best for us to get these games so we can review them and play them for you guys so you guys can make an informed decision. But I believe like Diablo is one of those games where it's like if you've been playing it, you already know you want it. You already know you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
We don't need to tell you. Same thing with Street Fighter. Like, I don't need to tell you, like, if you're a fighting game person, I mean, like me, like, I'm not even like a fighting game fanatic or anything like that. I
Yeah.
just always enjoyed Street Fighter, like having my friends come over. Now that I got two PS5 controllers, I can have my friends come over. I can kick their ass in Street Fighter. I'm looking forward to that. Me personally, I'm looking forward to that. But Diablo's something I don't mind if I join the party late to that because I don't like. I think I'm more. I keep it real with you guys. I think I'm more scared of the live service part of the game more than anything.
Yeah, there's like 3 tiers to their battle pass, and then
Yeah,
the Diablo Immortal's not exactly a good example.
Yeah, man.
For to come out before this game came out because how predatory that shit was, and it could be no different with Diablo 4.
Yeah, apparently they make $2 million a day on that game. I was just reading that.
I believe it because it's one of those mobile games you just literally can just throw money at and you get to where you need to be.
I have
Just a
still not
little
played
effort.
it.
I played like 2 seconds of it and I uninstalled it off my phone because I was like, this game's really dumb. It's like it's hard for me to get into these I think it's ARPGs or like the top-down RPGs because it's like it really needs to be something that like just does something for me. Like there has to be like a crafting element or like a good gameplay loop.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't, like, people will be like, "Oh, this game is great." I tried to do that with Diablo 3 and I played the Blood Hunter dude with the 2 crossbows and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll just run around and shoot shit." Sounds pretty good, and progression was slow at first, and then I got to the point where I got all my abilities and I was like, damn, I'm really just kind of bored. And then come to find out Diablo 3 is like the worst one they jump into as like your first Diablo game. But
yeah, Diablo 4 will be my first. I see the second remake keeps going on sale. I might grab that and play
a lot of
that for a little
people
bit.
said that's like the best one, but like I don't know because again, it's really just people who are hardcore into it that are saying that. So I'm like, maybe they like the way the system allows them to make crazy OP builds, and that's why they say it's the best one because the other ones are more restrictive. But I'm not entirely sure because I'm not a Diablo player. And if you are a Diablo player listening to this, let us know what you think down below or wherever you can comment on, or
yeah, definitely, man.
or just
definitely.
shout out BLAZEDxENFERNO on Twitter.
Yeah,
yell at him
or Twitch, whatever you feel like doing. Me personally, I just feel like out of these two games, and again, I think the live service part scares me just because of the way they've got it modeled, number one. But number two, like I think I play like way too many like live service games. Like I'm trying to keep my live service games at like 2. Like literally just 2.
It's a game that I picked up that's not really live service and it's a lot of fun.
Boundary?
I mean, besides that, I think that will turn into a live service game. Starship Troopers Extermination.
I was just looking at that. What the fuck?
$25 on Steam right now. It's early access.
Yeah, I just
it's
looking at that.
Beta as fuck, but it runs pretty smooth on my PC. It is the most fun I've had in a casual mil sim, emphasis on casual, in a while. It is literally just you and 15 other dudes drop on a planet, do a bunch of shit, fight off waves and waves of bugs, literally do a horde mode mission while you're on the planet, and then extract. Like, you gotta run to the ship. It is so much fun and so stupid. I love it. And they're still working on it, so it's like there's more shit to come, and I can't wait till it's done fully, because it's gonna be a lot of fun. But the short time that I've played it, I think I can just say I have, as of playing the game, I think I bought it like a week ago. I have like 17 hours into it, which is a lot for like a week's worth of playing. So
Yeah, I might throw that
yeah,
on my
it's
throw that on my wish
$25. I pick
list.
it up now before it goes up to full price. I would say it's like if it gets finished, it would probably be a $60 game.
Mm.
But it's from the guys who made Squad, which is
Squad.
another casual
Oh
milsim.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've never played it, but apparently it's really good.
Yeah, my boy plays that. Shout out my boy Foxy. He plays that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you like that game or you like a Battlefield style game, but this is more PvE, definitely check this out. It's a lot of fun. And
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out. I got it in my wish list now. I'm definitely getting that.
so far, like the community is small, but it's mostly just people who like the movie. So everyone's just giving out like really bad movie quotes. It's just like only good bug is a dead bug is like I hear every like 5 minutes, and it's funny as shit. But
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cop that boundary game first, and I'm gonna get
Boundary is
that.
lit. I love Boundary. Like this year has been pretty cool. Like all the indie games that have come out this year
Mm-hmm.
are doing much better than the fucking AAA games. I think there's only like a handful of AAA games that are like functional at launch and good. And then so far I've been just finding these gems
Yeah. Well,
on
this has been
Steam.
a good. This has been a good year for games. Period, man.
I
Like
mean,
this is. You know,
yeah, yes and no.
I've played a lot of different games. It's crazy because I haven't played like Star Wars, which I heard is a good game,
It's a good game, but
despite the
it's technical issues that are
yeah,
holding it back. And then Redfall literally flopped. And
yeah. We don't talk
then
about that no more. Yeah, I'm
and
done
then
with
yeah,
these.
and then we also had another bad PC port with Last of Us. And speaking of which, I don't know if you want to transition to this. Where's the Last of Us multiplayer at, bro?
Yeah, they delayed that shit, man. All right, they delayed that shit. Me personally, I never played Last of Us 1 multiplayer, so I wasn't like ecstatic for this, but I was kind of intrigued when they said it was going to be like on a bigger scale, kind of leaning towards like a DayZ type style multiplayer.
I think
Um,
a Tarkov setting would probably fit it better, but
yeah, because I'm really we need more games like Tarkov DMZ. We need more games like that, man. I need these devs to make. So I really like that concept, man. Like that's like it's
hard.
like I think I'm so tired of battle royale that it's like I don't want to play it, but I also still want to play it. So it's like these Tarkov DMZ with Call of Duty is literally like the middle ground. Like you got your single player experience kinda in a multiplayer setting. I really like that shit. We need more
Yeah,
games like that.
I mean, like the only few that comes to the top of my head, Tarkov is obviously like the example of what to do. I mean, obviously they have issues with their cheating situation, but most games do. Um, the Cycle is a free to play one, but I'm not entirely sure if that's kind of pay to win-ish.
It's okay, man. It's
Yeah,
okay.
but
I've played it.
it's just still the same type of game. It's just sci-fi setting, a little bit less
If I
simulation.
have more people to run with, I definitely play it more.
And then DMZ is your casualist, most casual version of the game type. And then, apparently Marathon is gonna be like that.
Huh? We're gonna talk about that later, man.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later. But it's a game type. Oh, and then there's the other one that's on Steam. What's it called? Marauders, which is like Space Tarkov,
Oh, let me
pretty
look
much.
that up.
Yeah, nah, that one's interesting. I want to get into that, but I haven't like. It's hard for me to get into the more simulation-esque games because it's not like drop in, figure it out, and then play. You really have to play it to understand it. Like you have to be
Yeah.
like 20 hours deep to get like a small inkling of what the fuck you're doing.
Oh yeah, I did see this. I did see this game.
Yeah. So it's like I like those games, and I think the problem is that they're going to be hard to monetize from a lot of the AAA gaming companies because it's one of those games you can't do pay to win, like DMZ's trying to do.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't know. I bought 2 pay to win skins for DMZ, dog.
Don't be like Blaze. He's a terrible example for what gamers shouldn't do. He's literally the antichrist again because he's like,
I'm
let me buy
mad.
all the battle pass tiers. I don't care if I spend $200.
At first, I was looking at this shit like, man, they really got to pay to win in this shit. But then I was like, okay, it's like a buff, I guess you could say. It's not like a crazy buff.
No, it's a crazy buff.
It works.
DMZ. See, the problem is that like DMZ is an extraction shooter, so you're supposed to be OSP about everything.
Yeah,
like, everything you get is OSP, but COD's DMZ is super casual. So you start out with a bunch of guns, and you have like this insurance thing that like you don't lose your gun, you just can't use that insurance. Use your custom weapon for like 2 hours or something like that.
It's like an hour.
Yeah, but you can unlock more slots like later on if you really
you gotta
need
complete
them.
Contracts and shit.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's you jump in, you have like you get free grenades, you get a power up or whatever the field thing is, field upgrade. So you can bring a sniper scope or something, or like a shield or something too. You get stuns, you get lethals, and then after that, you can bring 2 contraband weapons if you have any, or just 1 custom weapon. Or, can you bring 2? I never got the second slot, so I'm not sure.
I've never got the second slot neither.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like you can, but like, just for argument's sake, I'll just say you can bring 1. But yeah, no, it's super casual in that regard, and there's no real risk to losing anything unless you like killed a guy who had a really cool gun, and then you just picked it up and extract.
That's what we were talking about last time we played it. We were playing that shit literally all night.
Yeah,
and we were just kind of like, DMZ is lit, but I feel like what it needs is it needs more risk. Like it needs a lot more risk.
Fundamentally, you can't do that with Call of Duty.
Like I think they tried to with season 2 by just making the AI hit hard as shit, and then everybody complained, so they dumbed it down. That the AI don't go as
AI
hard.
is annoying as shit in COD. Like it's like in Tarkov, you get sniped. It's because it's literally probably your fault. Like you literally stepped out of a bush, didn't look left, and didn't see the guy that's standing right next to you. Like, but in COD, it's like these motherfuckers just snipe you from across the street, and then they spawn in more dudes, and it's just annoying as fuck because it's like, all right, I just wiped this area. It's clear. It's like, nah, here's a helicopter with stronger dudes, and then here's another helicopter with stronger dudes, and here's a car that just pulled up with more dudes, and you're just like, damn, I'm really just trying to get this gas can. like, why are there like 800 dudes on this random gas station? And they're all sniping you from like across the way and chasing you and revealing your position to enemy players. And then they third party you. And it's just like, all right. I think they need to tone down like how many AI are out in the field. Not like, there doesn't need to be an ass load in areas where it's like kind of just not important. But yeah, there's no risk to losing shit in COD. So it kind of like after like the first few games, it just gets kind of like, oh, I'm just playing low stakes battle royale. Versus like Tarkov on the other hand, that's like just straight up like you lose your shit, you lose your shit. Like even if that shit is insured, if that dude takes that gun, you don't get that shit back. You don't even get a money payout. It's just you lost it.
Yeah, like see me, I haven't bought Tarkov or got into it because like I've watched a lot of other content creators play it, and I ain't gonna lie, that shit is a lot, dog. There is a lot to that game. Like,
and it's a lot of fun too.
we're talking about milsim, like that is.
You gotta eat. You gotta
man.
Drink water. If you get shot in the leg, your leg is fucked up for the rest of the round. Like it's It is milsim to the point where it's damn near like if I didn't know I was playing a game like this because there's barely a HUD either. So like you have to really like open your backpack to see what's in there. And then you have to inspect shit you don't know what it is. And you know, at first it sounds like, "Hey, this is kind of pointless. Why am I doing this?" When you're doing it out in the field at the risk of getting shot because you're snooping around your backpack, it's a lot more nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
To like inspect shit and figure out like you don't just like open up a menu and it's like, oh, here's all the shit. You open up the menu and you basically click search, and it's for a certain amount of time you're basically waiting to see if you find anything, and most of the time you don't find anything. So it's like, oh, I really just searched this bag, and then it's like you could get shot and die immediately if you're not careful.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna stick to DMZ for now.
It's pretty hardcore. I think like if people are trying to get into the genre or get an idea of what it's like, COD DMZ is the best option with like the lowest stakes. And then I think
it's free to play. It's free to play too. So.
And then Marauders, I think, is like the same as Tarkov. It's just in space.
$30. Yeah, it's 30.
Yeah.
I'm definitely copping that.
If you want a more like semi-casual, I think the Cycle is a decent entry point for a more harder version.
See, the thing with Cycle is, I just feel like I need people to play with, man.
It's for the Cycle. It's just fundamentally different, like because like it's a sci-fi sim, but it's also pretty casual. So like you're going up against monsters that can't really shoot back most of the time, and then there's players and shit. But the game's layout is so weird. So like you could play with friends, but I feel like it's really just like you have to be in that setting. You have to like that setting to really want to play it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get this Marauders game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's just Space Tarkov, dog. Like it's really just the same thing.
Yeah, I'm feeling it just because it's on Steam. I ain't gonna lie, that Tarkov shit is on a fucking Russian website.
I mean, they moved it. The developers are out of Russia now. They're just Russian.
Yeah, but I don't feel like buying something off of some sketchy website, man.
I mean that's fair.
They need that shit on Steam or Epic.
I don't think he'll ever come to Steam. That dude's very controlling about his game.
Hey, man, as he should be. I mean, like I said, I might get on that wave eventually. Maybe that, like, we may be on to something. That might be the next wave of because this battle royale shit is. Oh,
it definitely is. I mean, like we've already again referencing Marathon. It's apparently going to be an extraction shooter. So, like, it's definitely going to be a wave. It's the problem is I don't think they're going to have a good way of monetizing it to make money off of it. So it'll be definitely like a side game mode that'll be either the main feature of the game, and then you have a bunch of like random bullshit multiplayer stuff like COD does.
That's true. That's true. Because DMZ is the least played game mode.
Yeah, if DMZ were the launch by itself for a Call of Duty title, people would probably play it and go, "Hey, it was fun." But I don't want to play too much of it. I'm gonna go back to normal COD.
Season 4 might do it justice though, man, because they're taking baby steps with DMZ, and it's slowly turning into like this season was really good for DMZ. It was really good with like the multiple characters. You have multiple characters with their own equipment.
Yeah.
So I can do like multiple different runs.
I feel like
we got 3 maps now. We got the complex on El Mazra. I mean, I feel like they're doing a lot with DMZ that keeps me into it. Like every game, I just there's sometimes when me and the boys just drop in and we're just gonna do whatever. Like we're just gonna, or we might drop in and there's another team right there.
Yeah, I just troll in that game mode. I really don't care about completing objectives. The only time I do that is with the boys.
Honestly, where I'm at right now I'm just trying to do the weapons cases because they're the easiest way to run into like some players in some combat, and it's fairly interesting, man. I really like DMZ.
I think the only thing that most people play DMZ for is to unlock the new battle pass weapons or the old ones. So, like, that's pretty much.
Yeah, because you can just drop them for your friends and just
Yeah, you just
they'll get them.
you could do that with the intervention last season. You could just
Yeah.
drop it, and it was a battle pass unlock.
Yep.
So you didn't even have to like do the battle pass. I don't know if that was a glitch or not.
I think they patched the battle pass weapons, but I know like the Tech 9 just dropped with season 3 reloaded and the GS Magna, which is basically a fucking Desert Eagle, a fully automatic Desert Eagle.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know why they don't just add a receiver attachment to the regular. It's the same gun.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good though. Both guns are good, but I got the Tech 9 from a drop. And I
Yeah,
actually worked for the hand cannon, the Desert Eagle. So
yeah,
um
but yeah, since DMZ's and COD is super low stakes, I don't think it'll ever be. They have to add something that's actually worth value. Like it. All right, so check it out. Fucking, that's what Battlefields. I forgot about this all. Like, forgot all about it. Battlefield's shitty game mode is an extraction shooter.
yeah.
Battlefield 2042. I forget what it's called. Like I don't. I want to say Hardline, but that's just the cop one. I forget what the name of the actual mode is, but it's basically you dropped in, you extract data disks, and then you leave.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with that game mode is that once someone got a tank, yeah, no, it wasn't fun.
Yeah. I remember. I played
So
with you maybe like once or twice and was like, yeah, this
yeah, no, it was
too
stupid
much.
as shit. And I was like, yo, like that's kind of like the probably like the thing that I'm more concerned with DMZ just doing is just like it gets to a point where they're like, oh well, this game mode's not popular anymore. Let's just do whatever we want, and then they just ruin it for the people that still play it. So I don't know.
Let's see. We'll see. But with this Last of Us, because that's what we were talking about.
Right.
This Last of Us game, they basically said, hey, they gotta delay it for a little bit. And then earlier, or maybe a couple days ago, they literally just announced that Naughty Dog is working on another single player game. I think in the Last of Us universe.
I think they stumbled onto a concept that they liked, and they probably just started making it a single player game.
Yeah. So
And I don't maybe multiplayer will be part of that single player game, or it'll probably just get put permanently on the back burner. I don't know.
yeah, it's a shame
Sony,
because people really like the Last of Us multiplayer. It's kind of like the Uncharted multiplayer. Like
it's
it has a fan base that absolutely loves it. Like absolutely thinks it's the greatest thing on God's green earth. So
I played the first one's multiplayer for a little bit when I had it, and it was okay. Um, yeah, that's all I can say. Like it was just
yeah,
it's a third person multiplayer shooter. I think it relied on sound, which was kind of like you remember Portable Ops Plus on the PSP.
yeah,
It was kind of like that.
okay,
Like the radar system was sound based, so the more sound you made, you could, and if I remember correctly, you could just figure out where people were. But
okay,
yeah, I think it'll be cool to play something different because everything's just a first person shooter so far in terms of multiplayer.
yeah.
So I'm like, it'd be nice to just play like a third person game, check it out. But
Facts.
I don't know if it's gonna be free to play if they're
Hey
trying to
man,
go that route.
this is the year, man. This is a good year for games, though. We're getting a lot of different shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we may see, but yeah, man, Last of Us, um, it's not looking good, man.
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna let you explain this motherfucking Nintendo
Uh,
emulator shit, and then we're gonna get in the
yeah.
meat of this podcast.
This is an interesting one because I was thinking about using this to emulate Geist, but I don't like fucking with Nintendo, so basically there's a bunch of emulators out there in the world that allow you to play Lostware, which is basically games that are no longer for sale. Like you could probably find them on eBay, but they're probably like worth like hundreds of dollars, if not more. But you would also need the hardware to run it. So it's like this is like a digitalized copy archive of those games that are no longer for sale and played on the computer usually. I know some people were able to do that with their Switch where they're able to like jailbreak it and play emulators on there.
Yeah, but we don't know these people. We don't know these people.
No, we don't know these people. All right. I'm not saying pirate or anything like that. Obviously, pay the developers their due. But I am saying that there's a lot of games that I wanted to play that aren't publicly available anymore. And I would need to get a GameCube. And, well, I would need to find a GameCube. And then I would need to get Geist for the GameCube, which is low-key a really good third-party game that came out for GameCube. And then I would need to find something to allow me to put that on a streaming setup. Which is complicated math. Or it could just emulate it because that would be a lot simpler. But Nintendo has sent a cease and desist to Dolphin emulation because they are trying to put their emulator on Steam, which, as far as I know, it would be the first emulator on Steam. And a lot of Nintendo products get emulated, like Breath of the Wild. I've seen emulated Mario Kart, Pokemon, pretty much anything you can think of is emulatable on that platform on PC. A lot of people, as far as I know, emulate older products that are no longer available. So, like, if you want to play ET from NES or whatever that came out on, or was it Atari? You can do that through this emulation shit. But they basically sent it a cease and desist, which, if y'all don't know, cease and desist is basically like, hey, this is our IP or copyright, and or you're doing something that's affecting our brand. Please stop, or we'll sue you. Which is, it's like a fair warning but it's usually written in a very like a scary manner from a lawyer, so that it's not misinterpreted in any way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting how this plays out, because I know the Dolphinware thing was supposed to come out really, really soon. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure if they're going to still release it on Steam and open themselves up to a lawsuit, because it could be like a splashing effect on content creators, because a lot of content creators out there use emulation to do mods and shit on their computers, and if there's a whole lawsuit around it, it might affect people who make content with older games. Like, I feel like, like Zelda mods, I feel like they do that on PC and then either port it over to the Switch or just emulate it on PC. So I'm not entirely sure how this is going to affect the creator space, but I know it will affect it in some way if they do sue and Nintendo essentially wins whatever they allege against Dolphinware. But I am going to have to say this for everybody out there listening: definitely just buy the games. If you choose to emulate them, that is your choice. I do not encourage nor didn't discourage it, but it's a hit or miss type of story. I mean, what do you think, Blaze? Do you think is it going to play out in our favor? Is it going to be a bad thing?
No. No, because Nintendo is they are like the fucking Yakuza of the gaming community, dog. Right?
Yeah, and they're weird.
They are like the mafia, man. They are they're insane. And it's like, I watched another podcast, and they were actually just talking about not this, but they were talking about how Nintendo literally tries to shut down anything, any fucking thing that is just made like
Like
an
if it's not
IP of
made by
theirs.
them, they don't want
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like you said, like a lot of these games, you don't even have real life access to them anymore. Like I was like super upset a couple like a month ago when the 3DS eShop closed down because I actually wanted to buy um the Fire Emblem games for 3DS on there. So I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I'm mad upset I can't buy them on there because they're super expensive and like one of them is like I think like $74.
Yeah, because the moment, all right, so like it's like same thing with trading cards and stuff. The moment they stop producing shit is the moment that stuff goes up in value. So like, like games that are like all right, let's take Bethesda, right? They have Skyrim. They released Skyrim 2011 on Xbox, PlayStation, and all that. Let's fast forward 25 years from that point. If Bethesda didn't re-release Skyrim every fucking like 2 years, those games would only be available on those platforms with the exception of PC.
Yeah.
So if let's take PC out of the equation. Let's say it was only came out on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Those systems 25 years into the future are barely around for retail prices, and for a functional one, you're probably going to be paying a lot of money.
Real shit. Cause that one store we were at, they're trying to sell a GameCube for what, like $150?
Yeah, but you can't get a GameCube like anywhere.
It's fucking crazy.
But a specialty shop.
I remember when the Wii came out.
Yeah.
You could go to GameStop and get a GameCube for like $30.
Yeah, because the new system came out, which devalued the old system. But now that the old system is more scarce, and people still want to play their old GameCube games on it. I mean, you could still do that with Wii, but people really enjoyed playing it on the GameCube. I definitely have a lot of nostalgia with the GameCube, so like I
still got my GameCube.
People want to relive that nostalgia, so they want the actual thing, and that supply is no longer around, so the demand is high, so the price of the supply goes up. It's simple numbers game.
I think it's just shitty that Nintendo always tries to I get it. Like when that like Pokemon Uranium game came out, it's like,
oh man, that was a shame.
You might be drawing a little bit.
Do you know what the crazy thing about that is? That there's
like the best Pokemon game.
Yeah. It's one of the better ones from the community, but it's also like there's 800 other emulated Pokemon ROM hack shits that are out, and that's the one they chose to go after.
Yeah, Pokemon.
It's not even like the other ones. Like, as far as I know, they don't send cease and desist to the other ones. But the ones that we publicly heard about was Pokemon Uranium, and I don't know why they choose such random shit to go after. Like, they'll just copyright strike the shit out of some random YouTuber's content because there's just Pikachu is just around in the background, and they're like, nah, that's ours. And just be like, but like there's 18 billion other content creators out here that do the same shit, and you don't strike them, but you just it's weird.
See, this is the problem. I'll tell you what the problem is. Nintendo's still stuck in the fucking past. They don't you even see it with their hardware and with their software. They're literally 20 years behind, right? They're 20 years behind on everything. Like, dog, we're still using fucking friend codes on the Switch. All right.
Right. Yeah.
Fucking weird. Just you don't have in-game voice chat for half of their games. You gotta use a fucking mobile app and all this extra shit.
I do gotta say this because we're doing this from the context of us being adults, but Nintendo is geared towards mostly children. So friends codes and no open voice chat makes kind of sense for their platform.
It do. But like I said, man, I think they just be fucking years behind on shit, man.
Technology wise, yes, like there's no reason.
Even with their online service, like just years behind, dog. Like,
Yeah, their netcode
what
sucks.
what they're charging people for that? Because I have the N64
$4.
package, but what they're charging people for it is just fucking. It's like fucking weird, man. It's like, I don't know, man. I think Nintendo's just, they need to get with the times, and I think this is one of those things where they need to realize, like, hey, we're not gonna go. You're not making GameCubes anymore. So if I go and buy a fucking GameCube, it's not like it's going into your pocket anyway. It's going into somebody else's pocket that's already bought the fucking GameCube. You know what I mean?
Careful, they might start suing people for owning illegal GameCube. Oh man, you bought that ancient piece of technology that we used to make.
Reminds me of the. Did you hear about that Magic the Gathering story?
Which one?
Where they sent the fucking armed mercenaries to this
guy.
Oh,
they sent the Pinkertons.
Yeah.
Well, all right. That so that isn't, like, I would say that's like something that should have never happened to begin with. Like, if a company sends out a product that's not yet on the market, it should, and it's by mistake, and they send it to some random guy. Don't be like the fucking movie villains, like, that try to kill his whole family to get that shit back. Like, it's a pack of cards. It's not that deep. Like, you need to calm the fuck down. Like,
yeah, man.
That's such an insane story. I mean, I can understand, like, copyright striking because it's not out yet. So it's technically like they're like, yeah, nah, you can't. Like, you could speculate, but you can't show the product, right? Like, that I can somewhat understand from their point of view. I still think it's wrong for them to do, but sending the fucking Pinkerton, sending, like, just henchmen after somebody who got your shit by mistake, like, that's just excessive. Like, it's simple, like,
traumatizing people.
All you had to do was be like, hey, this set's not out yet. Could you just hold off on making YouTube videos, or just not, like, tell people about it for like a month when it comes out? Like,
and I heard the set was ass too. That was like the worst part about it. I heard the set was ass.
Yeah, no, Magic has gonna, like, become diluted with how shitty their collabs are cool, but, like, for the most part, I think that, like, they do so much. They're like kind of Yu-Gi-Oh in a way, where they do so much gimmicky shit now, where it's like they don't, like, you buy one card and it's like, oh, this is the gimmick for this deck. It's really kind of boring. But yeah, I don't really play Magic like that, so I don't want to say it's for sure like that, but I know that, like, if they have, like, sets of things come out every month, and there's, like, collector sets they sell for thousands of dollars, and, like, some of them are cool, some of them are just like, what the fuck? Like, the Fortnite set, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is Fortnite and Magic the Gathering? Like, I didn't get it. I think they were trying to reach a broader audience with that, but it's still weird. Like, Magic the Gathering is one of the biggest card games in the game, so it's like, why are you trying so hard? And then on top of that, they're re-releasing shit that they said they were never going to re-release for, like, profit, and then, blow that shit back up.
Yeah, it sounds like Konami with fucking Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, dog. Like, fucking Konami and Metal Gear.
We talk about that in a little bit. But nah, I think Nintendo just kind of got to get with the times, man. I think
they have nothing but benefit from allowing the creators that love their products to flourish.
Because this is their reasoning, right? This is their reasoning behind the cease and desist. And I quote, this is from IGN article they did. Using illegal emulators or illegal copies of games harms development and ultimately stifles innovation. Nintendo respects the intellectual property rights of other companies and in turn expects others to do the same.
Yeah, no. All right. So I don't understand how that would stifle innovation when they're not developing the games anymore. That makes no sense. It makes no sense, because it's like, you say you respect other companies' IPs. That I can get that. All right, cool. That's good for you to do.
Yeah, they definitely do that.
Yeah.
They definitely do that.
But how is it stifling game development? I mean, y'all made the same fucking Mario Party 8, 10 times. Same fucking mini games. Same Mario Kart. Like, I think Mario Kart 7 was when you guys were like, you know what we should do? Airplanes. So,
and boats
like,
and shit.
yeah, like it's like Smash Brothers is really not changed that much. Like it's you expanded the roster, but you didn't change the fundamental gameplay of the game. Like innovation is not what I look at for Nintendo. Like innovation, the only thing they innovate on a generational basis is their consoles. The games, however, well, some of them are creative. Most of them are pretty much the same thing. Like fucking, they came out with the Wii. You had a Wii Sports. Came out with the Switch. You had the Switch Sports thing. Like, it's really like, their Mario games are like fundamentally the same. I think Odyssey was like the first departure from like anything they've done in a while.
Yeah.
And before that was Galaxy.
And Odyssey was good too.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Pokemon, semi-open world with Sword and Shield, cool. More open, completely open world with Scarlet and Violet, but it's broken as fuck. All right, like it's. I don't think your games are in it. I mean, even Breath of the Wild, like everyone's having fun with the new Breath of the Wild or Zelda game, I should say. Was it Tears of the Kingdom?
Very good. Very
and
good.
the really only thing they innovated was how more creative the players can get with their toolkit. That's about it. Like it's still the same game fundamentally. Like. So I'm not like, I don't think it's gonna stifle innovation if someone wants to play an old ass game. It's not. In fact, a lot of these fucking AAA studios could learn something from the older games that actually come out not broken, not fucked up, fully packaged and everything. Instead of this live service shit where 3 years later we get a game that we actually wanted. But yeah, that statement doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Well, there you guys have it, man. No emulator on Steam. You still got to use these backdoor websites and shit like that.
No, they just sent a cease and desist. Cease and desist. I don't know. I can look really fast and see if Dolphinware is still listed.
No, they're still up. I just went to the website.
No, the website's up. I don't know if it's on Steam because it was on Steam.
No, they took it down. They took it down. Yeah, I read that in the article.
All right, damn. I was gonna say, like, just because they send a cease and desist doesn't necessarily mean you have to comply with it. I mean, I could send you a cease and desist, and you don't have to stop for shit. It's when I take you to court, and the court orders you to stop is when you gotta stop.
I see.
But yeah, no, it's still kind of shitty because it's like the innovation of the people that are making the emulators is what you're stifling. I mean, like they're allowing people to play your old games. Why not hire that company to emulate your shit for Switch?
Yeah, and that's what and that's crazy because even the podcast I was listening to that was talking about this, they said the same thing. There's like you need to stop shutting these people down and hire them. Hire these motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, no, if someone's like making a game that's like or making a mod for your game that's like better than the game you made, hire that motherfucker.
Just listen, hot take, all right? Nintendo has been releasing a lot of like maybe the past like 3-4 years, I'll say. I can't even remember the last Switch game I was very excited for since Fire Emblem Three Houses till now with Tears of the Kingdom. That's like fucking 3 years of mid, dog. Like,
and then for me, I was excited for Metroid Dread, which was solid.
I forgot about that, but again, that's another. Forgot about that game. You know what I mean?
Pokemon Sword and Shield, but that was okay. Scarlet and Violet would have been best Pokemon game ever if it didn't have so many technical issues. Fucking Metroid Prime remake. I was hyped for that. That was fun.
Yeah,
I'm still playing it.
It's a remake, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, so was fucking Resident Evil 4.
But that shit's amazing. There's a
But
difference.
that's my point. Like,
There's a big difference. That shit's amazing, dog. That
but
shit is amazing.
so far, a lot of the games that we're hyped for are games we've already played. So, like, it's just, I don't know. I like the Switch. I just don't play it enough.
Facts. I've been showing it love since Tears of the Kingdom came out. Like, I won't lie to y'all, man.
I want to play Tears of the Kingdom, but I still have to beat Breath of the Wild first.
I got a nice 8-10 hours into it. I think like 10 hours into it. And like, I keep it real with you. It deserves all the hype that it's getting, man. It deserves all the hype. I really, really like that game, man. I really like the innovation with the building and fusing and just allowing you to kind of like tackle things. Breath of the Wild did that too, but like this game like really allows you to tackle things in a whole different way. Like
they also made weapon crafting the way I wanted most games, like especially Fallout, to do. Instead of making a recipe of a gun that they pre-made, I wanted to take a stick and put a fucking piece of nuclear radiation on it and throw it at a dude, or like just make my own janky shit.
Yeah, dog. Like I said, man, it's just, Nintendo be getting their W's. When they get their W's, they're big W's. But when they take the L's, man, they are always.
It's hard to like a company that routinely fucks its own community. Like, it's really hard.
Man. I'm always gonna be a Nintendo fanboy at heart, just because that's what I grew up with. So it's like I'm always gonna have love for Nintendo. But like, I keep it real with you, like. I was not a fan of the Wii. I was not a fan of the Wii U.
I love the Wii.
I did not, man. Like
Metroid Prime 3 was what made me love it.
But that's it, man. Like, that's it. And then we got Skyward Sword, which was like
I never played it.
Yeah, I mean, I have it on Switch, which is crazy.
All I knew when that game came out was that the motion controls sucked.
Yeah, it's a lot better on Switch. The motion controls are really good on Switch.
But like, it's still like there are games that I didn't play, and I'm like, all right, yeah. Like Zelda's just one of those franchises that just does not grab me for some reason.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah,
so
I need you to change. But you know what? I met somebody else like you too, where they're just like, Zelda's just never been. It's never been that game. Like,
yeah,
because we were talking about Castlevania, and they were just like, oh, I was like, yo, if you like Castlevania, have you ever played like any of the Zelda games? They're like, nah, like it's never interested me. I'm like, that's fucking weird. They're like,
I think the last one that I did play was Twilight Princess that I really liked.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a Wii game too.
Wow. It was a Wii GameCube game. It was better on GameCube.
You say that. I played it on Wii and I had a lot of fun.
I played it on GameCube. That shit was fire.
I was drawing that bow back and everything.
That shit was fire on GameCube. And
I think that was the only Zelda game I actually beat too. So like
that's probably true because Twilight Princess was like literally the easiest Zelda game, dog.
I've heard.
It was fairly easy, dog.
Yeah, no, I played the original a bit, but I've never like again. It was someone else's game.
Breath of the Wild is pretty easy too, so.
Yeah, a lot of people say that too, but I just I can't find the time to just sit down and play it.
No, you better find some or get a capture card and get to streaming it.
Nah.
Do a Goondar did
Elden Ring.
Yeah, you can forget about that. You know why? Because I know you ain't got a PlayStation, but all of my PS5 listeners right now, man, all of our PS5 listeners right now, listen. What a time, dog. And I think this is the second time we've said this on the podcast, but what a time, y'all. What a fucking time to be a PlayStation 5 owner, dog. Oh my God.
I don't know if you're saying that unironically or you're actually being dead ass.
I'm being dead ass, man. This is a great time to own a PS5 console, all right?
Is it though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Elaborate.
We're gonna elaborate on it. Well, before we elaborate on it, we're gonna talk about one thing. And that's in 3 weeks, I think it is. We're like 3 weeks out from it. Final Fantasy 16 drops. That's a PS5 exclusive. I mean,
is it though?
I think it's a PS5 timed exclusive.
Okay, there you go.
It might be a PS5 timed exclusive. I don't know. But what a time to own a PS5 because Sony just had I would say lengthy. They had a nice little showcase where they showed a lot of fucking games, a lot of multi-plat games. I'll give it that. They showed off a lot of
that's the thing I was kind of like weirded out about, but I'm also happy about is that most of the shit that they showed off was multi-plat.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna get into the easy ones that they showed off. They showed off a bunch of games. We're gonna go into some of the multi-plats and we're gonna talk about the creme de la you've seen the title of this podcast. You already know what the fuck it is, man.
No, I haven't.
All right. So Assassin's Creed Mirage got a release date. They showed off some gameplay. And it's coming out October 12th. I definitely got that on my calendar. I might actually stream this one. This one I might stream. I didn't stream Valhalla at all because that was like a open world RPG game, and like those are the type of games I like to enjoy on my like off time when I'm not streaming, I'm not working, anything like that. But this is more of a this is going back to the roots, though. Like this is like even when they showed off the gameplay, like this is like level-based Assassin's Creed type shit right here, where I think they just kind of got rid of the real life present day shit altogether and just kind of focuses on Basim, which was a character in Valhalla for those who played Valhalla. So we're getting Assassin's Creed Mirage October 12th. How you feel about that, man?
I mean, it's Assassin's Creed is another game franchise I just don't care for.
I feel that.
It's probably because it's more formulaic than like most games. Isn't it Ubisoft? Right?
What?
Assassin's Creed's Ubisoft?
Yup.
Yeah, that's why. It's like Far Cry and shit.
I can't get mad at you for that. I can't get mad at you for
that. I played I think I played the second one, Brotherhood, and I was like cool for like 5 minutes and then I just kind of got bored with it. And then I tried playing Valhalla, but I haven't gotten out of the tutorial area, and it's like it was a really big map and it was all at once, and I was like, what am I doing? Like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, Valhalla was look, I really liked Valhalla. Like that game was great to me. Like it was amazing to me. But I will not lie, there was times where I played that game because I got over 100 hours in that game. And there's times in that game where I was just like, oh my God, bro. Like if I gotta do what I just did for the past 10 hours again, for another 10 hours, I'm a snap. But I like I said, I think I've said this on podcasts before, and that kind of attributes to who I am as a gamer. Like I'm kind of like I have ADHD, so it's like I kind of stick to certain tropes in gaming, especially with open world games. And I just kind of grown accustomed to liking games that have a shit ton of markers all over the map and a lot of different shit to do. And I'm just used to it at this point. To like that's what I look forward to in open world games. Like
it's funny because I'm kind of like the opposite in that regard. I hate like having to backtrack 1,000 times because I missed the side quest that I needed for the main quest.
I love this shit, man.
And I'm like, oh, like I like exploring. I like finding my own path. That's why I like games like Tarkov and stuff, because it's like, yeah, it's a smaller map, but it's like, I don't know what's around the next corner. It could be a player, it could be an NPC, it could be nothing, but like I'm going for it. But I'll sit here, like Skyrim was like that because like you fall into a ditch. I'm like, oh great, I just died and I don't even remember when I saved. And it's like, no, you fell into a ditch, but there's water there, so you don't die, and you're in a whole completely new environment, and now you're surrounded by Balmer and you're fighting your way out, and you're like, what the fuck? You like games with organic exploration, and you just kind of fall into the quests rather than here's a marker, here's a sky tower thing you need to climb every like 10,000 feet. Like you explore, and the landscape is mostly the same, and there's not really that much change in the environment, and all the NPCs are the same enemy type, and yeah, like I get bored like immediately because it's not like that's all I like. That's why I fell in love with Halos, because it's like you get dropped in like a sandbox and there's like 30 different enemy types that you're fighting all at the same time, and it's like you have to kind of strategize a bit how you go about it. Whereas like Assassin's Creed has always been like, yeah, this dude you gotta assassinate, this dude you gotta assassinate, this dude you gotta counter block, assassinate, this dude you throw money at and people freak out and then you run away and then you assassinate them. Like it's still like just a dude with like a knife. Like I don't like the combat system may have changed a little bit since I last played it, but it's like it's still just a dude. I think the one that I probably should have played and may have invested a bit more was Odyssey, because I'd heard you could fight like mythical creatures.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
just like my experience with like
I like them
type.
games, man, because Odyssey was my opener back to the Assassin's Creed games after Syndicate. I tried Origins, but it was just it. You would probably like Origins because Origins is less.
Is that the one with the mythical creatures, or is it Odyssey?
No, Odyssey is Origins is the one in Egypt.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like a mixture of like the older games and the newer games, but it's like it's not as like dramatic as like Valhalla with the huge ass map and all this other shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't get me wrong, I like the setting of Valhalla. It's just like I can't.
I love Valhalla, dog. I love that game.
I think it's just the combat for me. I'm just not a fan of. Like
those first 30 hours, and that's a long gauge right there. But I'm gonna just say that first 30 hours is like the most fun I've ever had with an open world video game, next to like Skyrim or some shit like that. Like it was just amazing, like to see Eivor's journey from, you know, where you come from in Norway to England, and then you set your roots down and you're doing all these different things. Like I really liked it, dog. Like the first 30 hours were like just goated to me. Goated. So I'm excited for Assassin's Creed. Next game on the list we're gonna talk about is a game I've never played the original, but I know it has a cult fucking following, and that is Alan Wake 2. We got a release date for Alan Wake 2, and that's coming out October 17th. This is gonna
also multi-plat.
Yeah, it is. It's on a bunch of different
Xbox and PC, I believe.
Yeah, yup.
I've never
both of
played
those games.
originally.
Both of those games that we just talked about are too, by the way. Assassin's Creed in this. Yeah, this game, I know it got a lot of it's got a weird controversy behind it because Alan Wake is coming back, and he's being joined by a new playable character, which is a black girl.
Okay.
And a lot of people feel some type of way. And I ain't gonna lie, some dude I watched was spitting when he talked about it, because he was like, this is the same shit that The Last of Us 2 did, all right? By having two interswappable characters where you play as this guy and you play as this person. So this could be dangerous. All right? But I ain't gonna play it because I didn't play the first one. I watched somebody play it, but I didn't think like it's.
Yeah, Alan Wake was a game I wanted to play, but it's like I didn't want to spend money on it because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or not. Because it was an interesting concept, but like I think it's more supernatural for me. And I'm not a huge fan of supernatural stuff.
I like that shit. So it's like weird that I never got into it, but
yeah, it's like I like ghost games and stuff like that, but it's like I don't know the way they set it up. It's like, oh, it's this figment of his imagination. I was like, this dude's just schizophrenic. Like that's just what it seems like. But I don't know. Like, it's just not a game franchise I really got into. I'm sure it's like a really good story because a lot of people rave about it.
I might have to grab up eventually. This is one of those games I'm definitely going to probably grab when it's like
I'll let
cheap as
someone
fuck.
that actually played it like explain the concept to me, and then I might pick it up on Steam.
Because if somebody tells me like I don't have to play the first game to play the second one,
I feel
then
like you want to though.
yeah, but if I don't have to, I ain't gonna do it because
Fair.
I've watched somebody play a good majority of the first game, and it was just like, okay, all right.
I mean, if the story's interesting, then I probably would play it, but it's got to hook me in like the first hour. Otherwise, I'm
Yeah,
gonna be like,
yeah, facts.
like what's a weird game that I actually obsessed and played the shit out of it? What was it called with the lady that can like do psychic stuff, but she's also like joined an organization. Was it starts with a C? I forget what it's called.
Go more into it.
It's all right. It's supernatural, and it's like a weird sleeper hit that came out. I think it was on PlayStation only. It might be on all platforms. You play as a redhead. She starts off with like a mind gun. Like it's a bunch of like Esper mind stuff. It's like they're in like a organization like the FBM or something like that.
Oh, Control.
Control, yeah, that's what it's called. I just couldn't
Control.
remember. Yeah, I
Oh,
really like
you
that.
like
I
Control?
really like Control.
Wow.
I liked it, and then it ended, and then I was like, oh man, this had so much fucking potential to be really good. And like I liked how they set up the mystery. I liked how they set up like you unlock because it was Castlevania, so like you gradually unlocked all your powers and everything. And the map was really interesting to explore. And there was not just like, oh, it's just one, main villain type shit. Like there
Yeah.
was a lot of different types of enemies. I think my favorite mission was going down to the basement section. There's those weird plant fucking creature things, and I was like, what is up with their shit? Like, what's going on with this stuff?
Yeah, I'm a fucking I'm gonna stream that game one day because I got like an
It's
hour or
fun.
two in, and it was like I just was like, okay, like I see what y'all like about it, but at the same time, like this is just I don't know. Something about
It's
it just
it's
turned me
it's
off.
I mean it could be the same thing with Alan Wake for me. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's made by the same people,
supernatural.
which is crazy.
Supernatural is like that type of genre is hit or miss for me. Like I could either love the setting and the ghosts that there or demons or whatever the fuck is going on. I can either love it or I can either hate it. Like it's just like it's like some shows or some games I like. Like I like the Supernatural TV show. I liked because it was more grounded. Like it wasn't like, oh man, I'm a space priest shit and shoot lasers out of my asshole type shit. It was literally like a dude with a assault shotgun is like going around killing ghosts. I was like, yeah, all right, I can get into this.
Hmm.
Control was like some lady walked off the street and now she can't leave this building because this organization got compromised by an interdimensional being. And the interdimensional being is actually fucking interesting, and it's not just like a metaphor for God or some shit. I'm like, I can get
Yeah,
into this. Fucking X-Files I can get into because it explores all possibilities, not just like supernatural shit, but also like scientific alien shit. So I can get into this.
hmm,
Like, but I can't get into just like, oh, we're ghost hunters and these are the ghosts and I have ghost powers type shit. Like I like Danny Phantom, but I didn't like fucking I don't know. Like most of the ghost shows I don't like or I just don't even care about or ghost games. Like I like Phasmo, but I think Phasmo could do more. And I
hmm.
like Ghost Watchers. I think Ghost Watchers is like a perfect ghost game because it's you find out what the ghost is and then you catch it. Like Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
And then Demonologist, which I've been playing recently with the Sleepy Crew. It's interesting. I feel like it's not all the way there though. It does a lot of cool shit, but I think it's more visually aesthetic than it is gameplay aesthetic.
hmm,
So it's like I don't know. It's like I'll play a supernatural game and it'll either click for me or it won't. I'm just having a hard time finding examples of games that I didn't like that were ghost games
mm.
or supernatural games.
Let's keep this moving a little bit. So yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 coming October 17th.
Yeah, get the book.
Yeah. They showed off another Final Fantasy 16 trailer. It's coming out June 22nd.
I thought you already said this.
Oh, I did, but I didn't say like that they showed
Oh.
off a trailer and shit like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
I looked it up. 6 months after it launches on PlayStation, it comes to Xbox and PC.
That game might look really good on PC because it looks really good on PS5.
Let's not hold our breath, because to be honest, like the last few PlayStation ports haven't been the best. So Square Enix is
Facts.
not exactly the best when it comes to ports. So we'll see. It's gonna be a we'll see. But yeah, well, I hope it does well.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, I haven't played a Final Fantasy game in a while.
Listen, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Especially since they like milked the shit out of Final Fantasy 13. I think that's what killed it for me.
Listen, Final Fantasy 16 will be a day one for me. I will be streaming it over at twitch.tv/BLAZEDxENFERNO. It's going to be a great time. That game, like, it's crazy because this game is full of games that, like, and just keep this in mind. They usually put up 5 games for nominees for Game of the Year. So we got to pick out of 5 fucking games out of a year full of amazing games. 5 good games to put in that category.
Here's an interesting
insane.
question. Do you think Jedi Survivors will get in that nomination?
Yeah, I think
you
so.
Do? Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched somebody play it, and from them playing it, I was like, bro, I gotta go out and buy this. This looks fucking fun.
So
as
even
fuck.
even with the technical issues, you think it could slide in there as a nomination?
I heard it's a lot better right now. And like I watched the person who I was playing it, they play on PS5. And like I said, like all my gripes that I had, and I think we've talked about this on the podcast when they first announced this game, that I wanted them to hopefully fix with Jedi Survivor, they did. More customization for Cal, so he's not just some generic white dude. I can make him a generic white dude with a beard now.
Yeah,
I mean,
he gets a beard.
You can change his clothes. There's different fighting styles with multiple different lightsabers and guns. I like, dog. When I watched this person play, I was like, bro, I was having a hard time just sitting there and be like, let me not buy this fucking game.
Yeah.
But I think I will buy it eventually, and I'll probably do like what I'm doing with the Dead Space playthrough on YouTube. And
you just put it on YouTube?
Yeah, yep. So stay tuned for that. Same thing with Dead Space. That shit's coming back too soon. I'm gonna finish that, put that up on YouTube.
And Dead Space was solid.
Yeah, so like going back to what we're saying, like this is a year full of good games. Like you just said, we got Dead Space that came out.
Yeah, that was fucking January too. I love that shit.
Dead Space.
I want to go back and get all the other shit that I missed.
We're just going to talk off of the games that I've played. All right, Dead Space, Fire Emblem Engage, which it won't get nominated, but I'm just saying it. Hogwarts definitely getting nominated. Resident Evil 4, I will be upset if that game doesn't get nominated, at least nominated for Game of the Year. Just because that was a solid remake.
I feel like it might not because it's a remake. Even though they changed a lot of the game up, I still think it might not make it because it's a remake.
We'll have to see, man. Like I said, I think this you got to think. All right, we got 2 games right now that I think could definitely be Game of the Year worthy, and that's Jedi Survivor, Hogwarts, Final Fantasy. Starfield is gonna get the nod in there. Final Fantasy's definitely gonna get in there, dog.
Starfield comes out too late, right?
I don't think so. I think the cutoff is like November. Yeah, the cutoff's like November.
It should be in there.
Because God of War got in there last year, and that came out like literally ass end of the year. Yeah. So we got 4 games right there. You know what I mean? That I'm looking at and could be like, yo, that's Game of the Year material right there. I'll throw Resident Evil 4 remake in there because, again, like I said, like that's the best game I played this year, dog.
Diablo might be a contender too.
We gotta see. If it's good, it's good. We'll see. I don't think Street Fighter is gonna get in there. I don't think a fighting game has ever been nominated for
literally
Game of
has
the
to be
Year.
like the only game that comes out that year. That's
Oh,
good.
we forgot Tears of the Kingdom. That
Oh
might just
yeah,
that
that
might
game,
just
that
kill
little game.
everything.
I'm
So
pretty sure
that's
that's gonna
5
win.
games. Yeah, that's
I'm
5 games
90%
right
sure
there.
that
Yeah,
Tears of the Kingdom is just gonna win. Like
it's gonna sweep.
it's either gonna sweep on most of the stuff or it's gonna just win Game of the Year like all together. Because like yeah, nah, there's no way. And just Final Fantasy could come out. Starfield could fucking come out. I don't know. It's if how Starfield comes out is if Starfield comes out and it's just good, it might beat Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't know about that.
It's really because you have one side you have like the Bethesda style RPG, but you also have the space mechanics and the fact that they're boasting the whole 1,000 worlds shit, and I'm like, that's probably what's gonna fuck the game. But the if it does come out and everything works like it's supposed to, and it's just a solid RPG with a really good story and good game mechanics, I feel like it could contend with Tears of the Kingdom. But Tears of the Kingdom has that creativity aspect that not a lot of games do anymore. So it's like I'm leaning towards Tears of the Kingdom, but I do want to say Starfield might have a good shake at it. If it comes out and it's not fucking just broken and fucked up on launch, and its concepts are good, I think Starfield might be a contender to beat out Tears of the Kingdom. And it's a huge if because the game's not out.
I
So
ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think it has a shot in hell, dog.
I mean, that's fine.
And that's the game of this year that
fine with being wrong.
I'm the most excited for Starfield, but I'll keep it real with you. I don't think anything's beaten Tears of the Kingdom or Hogwarts, because those games are just they did really good. They really strong.
If Hogwarts beats out Tears of the Kingdom because
I don't think it will. I don't think it
yeah,
will.
I don't like Hogwarts. I feel like there might even be more fucking political controversy if it does make the nomination.
That might get like something for like best sound or something like that, or music, because the
No,
music's really
I
good.
still think it'll get nominated at the very least.
Yeah, but I don't think it's beat. I don't think anything is beaten.
I just don't want to see it get snubbed because of political reasons.
But I need Resident Evil 4 to win. In fact, I feel that. Which we'll talk about that when we get closer to the game.
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So it's type thing.
Let's get into it. So yeah, what is it?
Drugs.
Final Fantasy, we got that. Dragon's Dogma 2 got a trailer.
Oh, really?
I know a lot of people were excited about this, man. I actually have Dragon's Dogma 1, but I literally never played it.
I got to the part where you get to the camp and then you get attacked by the Hydra, and I was like, I have a rock, sir. Like, what am I gonna do against this fucking thing? Like if you think Elden Ring was bad, this shit was like, yo, you're the chosen one. By the way, fuck you. Here's a Hydra in the first hour of the game.
Yeah, man.
I was like, yo, but I did like the anime for it. On Netflix. I liked the story for that. That was a good anime.
This game is being developed in the Resident Evil engine, which is a really good engine. It's really good. It's very fluid. They've done other games other than Resident Evil on this engine, including Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have to pick this up. I might have to beat first one. I have it on my Switch. I might beat the first one, and then
I would take your time.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take my time, but
no, I mean, I feel like all right. RPG burnout is definitely a thing. You're gonna be playing.
Hell yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom, Diablo, maybe Starfield, and then Dragon's Dogma on top of that, on top of Skyrim, which I know you play religiously all the time.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, no, I think you're gonna burn out before you even get to the first.
We'll see, man. I think I'm excited for this one. This one is definitely gonna be a grab.
No one was surprised not to see it the PlayStation Showcase. Armored Core wasn't there.
They might be doing their own thing with like Xbox or something. You know, they're partnered with Xbox. So,
Are they? Okay.
yeah,
I
they're
didn't
partnered
think
with
so. I
Xbox.
didn't. I thought that. You know what? Maybe I'm thinking going back to the Bloodborne days, but I thought
Don't
Bandai
quote
Namco
me on that, but I'm pretty sure when I keep seeing the ads or I see
like
the thing,
Xbox
yeah, it's
pushing.
got the Xbox shit on it. So
Okay.
whenever Xbox does their thing, they'll probably show that off. We're jumping around here because I'm trying to save the good shit for last. Foam Stars. Foam Stars. Y'all like Splatoon? Well,
Oh yeah, I saw that shit.
Square Enix is making their own game called Foam Stars. I don't know if it's gonna be free to play. I do feel like I seen somebody comment on this during the live stream. They said I give this game 6 months. I was like,
Yeesh.
damn, I ain't gonna lie. If
Yeesh.
this game isn't free to play, they gonna be sunsetting this shit pretty
I think
goddamn
they're trying to
fast.
make their own weird Splatoon Fortnite shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I
nah.
thought it was Fortnite when I saw it. I was like, wow, Fortnite, look at that. And it was like, wait a minute, that's not Fortnite.
It looks pretty fun because I really like Splatoon. Like I really like Splatoon. So this looks pretty fun. But like I said, I think the problem is with the audience that like that's more this type of game is acceptable on Switch because of its market. PlayStation is also a, Asian American market as well, but I don't think it's as
They
big as like
really focus on single player games.
yeah, they like Splatoon does good more so in Japan than it does over here, but it has a big ass community. So like again, this game could do well, but it's kind of got to stick the landing. Number one, no fucking pun intended on that. It's got to stick the landing, and I think truly like this has got to be a free to play game. This has to be free to play.
It might be, but honestly, like it's just you see some games that are just like, yeah, that's just another game with a different skin.
Yeah, facts.
It's kind of one of those.
That's exactly how I'm looking at it. So
Also,
it's
it
like,
reminds me of that other game. What is it called? The dodgeball game.
oh yeah, Knockout City.
Yeah, that one.
Which is dead now. R.I.P. It died in the beginning of this month.
I never even played it.
I played it for like 2 minutes. I forget who I played that shit with, but I did play that shit one time. But yeah, we got Foam Stars. Ghost Runner 2 was announced, and it's coming out this year. So we're getting it sometime this year. Ghost Runners is like a
Oh, I love Ghost
like,
Runners. I
yeah,
forgot. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
Mirror's Edge.
It's bullet hell. You get killed one shot, so you have to do everything perfect. It is great. I recommend it highly on Steam. I got it for $20.
I have it on PlayStation. I have it on PlayStation.
They have boss fights are fucking interesting.
Yeah, it's a dope game. They got a second game coming out. I think I do believe. Let me look it up before I say it. I do believe this is exclusive to the PlayStation, but they've been porting all their games over to PC.
That might be a timed exclusive.
Oh no, it's coming out on I just looked it up. It's coming out on everything.
Yeah, because I thought it would
it's on Steam. It's actually on Steam right now. You can
it's I could have sworn because Ghost Runner got it started on Steam, and then the second one coming out. It's cool that PlayStation is marketing it for them, but it's like I really feel like most indie games try to be multi-plat because they want to get the biggest audience possible.
Yeah.
But you know what also looks pretty cool and is probably related to Starship Troopers, Helldivers 2.
I was excited for that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When I seen that, I was like, what?
Yeah. It went from top down to third person. And I was like, I'm not mad about the change. The only thing is that graphics wise, I think they should have just sticked with the cartoony art style.
Yeah, they went like full, like they went in with
it reminds me of Death Stranding, like the way the game looks.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited, man.
I do want to play it. I do want to check it out. I'm
even if it sucks. I'm looking it up to see what platforms it's on, but
should be on everything.
It's published by PlayStation Studios. That's all it's saying. Oh,
It
it's on
might
Steam.
not.
It's on Steam. It's on Steam.
Yeah, that's
I
I
looked it up. It's on
it
Steam.
could have sworn it should be on everything.
I might have to buy that on Steam. I ain't gonna lie. That's gonna
Yeah,
look good
no,
on
cop that on
PC.
Steam because I'm not buying on PlayStation. I don't think it'll have
It might be crossplay. You never know.
it is cross. Wait, no, that's the first game.
Well, the
I
first
don't.
game's crossplay. The second game's definitely crossplay.
It might not be because it's a totally different animal. Because they're going from like top-down ARPG type game to fucking 3D full rendering
This game's
world.
gonna be fire, bro. I can't wait.
It might be. It might also.
And it's coming out this year, guys. So like, this is definitely
Wait, is
something that yes,
It just says 2023. It doesn't say a month, so it might be coming out late this year.
Yeah, so keep your eyes on this one because I'll definitely be streaming it with this guy Eknight. So check that.
Dude, yeah, nah.
Keep that one on your
Yeah, this game's gonna be lit.
Yeah, hell yeah. We got Resident Evil 4 Remake VR mode trailer. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This almost made me go and buy a PlayStation VR too. Cause damn, that shit looked fire, dog. The trailer was just basically Leon in the village, and he was just pulling off a lot of different shit. Like you would dual wield. He had a knife and a gun in his hand at the same time, so he was like pairing the attacks and then like shoot. It's just that right there just had me like, yes. I have Resident Evil 4 on my Oculus. I like barely play it. I barely play my Oculus. I mean, my Oculus. But yeah, dog. Remake VR looks dope. Definitely. I'm not gonna cop a VR2 for it, but for those that do, I do not blame you because that shit looks good. They announced a lot of indie games, a lot of fucking indie games. Tower of Fantasy is coming to PlayStation. We're finally getting that. If you don't know what Tower of Fantasy is, it's basically like to me, a better version of Genshin Impact. Like it's a lot more open worldish and focuses on like world building and shit like that. And it lets you play co-op from the rip. So like I don't like how Genshin and now their new game they got the Honkai Rail Stars or whatever it is. Like that game, you can't even fucking play multiplayer until level 21. So it's just like, what the fuck are they doing? But like,
dude, yeah, I don't. It was a grind just to play co-op, and then I played co-op, and it's like, oh, it's just the same. And I'm like, yeah, oh, okay.
They showed off a bunch of VR games, just so y'all know too. So for y'all that want to get that VR headset, that's there. We got Five Nights at Freddy's, Help 1 and 2. Late 2023 for those who still like those types of games.
Oh, but you know what? The best game came out.
What?
Gran Turismo movie trailer.
I didn't even see that, but
they showed it off in the showcase, and I was like, "Yo."
I give two fucks. They also showed off. I give two fucks about that shit. I'm sorry. They showed off the Final Shape, which is the next expansion for Destiny 2 coming out sometime next year.
Cade 6 is back.
Cade 6 is back.
My man, Nathan Fillion.
He's back. So
I don't know how they're resurrecting him, but if I come back and that expansion is shit, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah, true. Facts. I'll be playing it because I'm on my Destiny shit. Even though this season I'm not feeling this season that much. But we'll talk about that on another podcast probably. Let's talk about the 3 games, or let's talk about 3 games and one thing that really took me away with this showcase. And this is in no order. We're just gonna go off a game that I think is gonna be one of my favorite games of next year because I was blown away when I watched this shit. It's a little game they announced called Phantom Blade Zero, dog. It's a new hack and slash RPG with Chinese kung fu, steampunk elements to it. I'm reading this verbatim off of the IGN article, but it's more of like a Japanese, Chinese, like like Romance of the Three Kingdoms type shit with like some Elden Ring type bosses, like the scale wise, like they look all crazy like an Elden Ring boss was. I'm looking forward to this, man. I think this is going to be a day one cop for me.
It looks fun.
Yeah, I wanna see, because like I said, I don't want to just tell y'all it's only on PlayStation, but there's 4 games, by the way. I forgot, my fault. PS5 exclusive. Their answer was brief and clear. Although the game has been revealed for PS5 and PC, there isn't any type of so it's on PS5 and PC. So Phantom Blade Zero looks very good, very fucking good. I am looking forward to that game. I don't know about you, Eknight. I know you're not like the biggest fan of like hack and slash games, but this shit
It
right
looks
here,
fun.
it looks good. It looks good. And again, like I said, in no order. Spider-Man 2, they showed off Spider-Man 2, and I know the whole Xbox community. I had to hit up my Xbox homie the day of the showcase and let him know, like, bro, it's time for you to just come over here and come fuck with this dog. All right. That Spider-Man 2 trailer looked crazy, dog. You know what? That's another game that might get Game of the Year this year because it's coming out in September.
Oh, really?
I think it got a release date. I'm not too sure. Let me look. Spider-Man 2 game. Release date. Boom. 2023. Yeah, they're saying end of 2023. But you know the date
that could be December too. But
the date got leaked a couple months ago by the voice actor of Venom, and he said September. So
all right.
I think we get in that joint in September. And if we do,
I mean, that's assuming it doesn't get delayed, but yeah.
That's another game that's definitely because the first one was good. I don't know if you played it, but the first Marvel Spider-Man game was
I played it.
Amazing. I loved it. And this shit is just more of that and just more over the top. And you got the symbiote now and shit. Like, dog, I'm all in. I'm all in. Kraven and the Lizard.
And the Lizard.
Shocker. The Shocker too.
Yeah, the Shocker.
The Shocker. So I'm excited, dog. I'm excited. This is definitely a day one cop. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it. This might be something I just play off stream. Because if I do this game, I kind of want to do the first game and then do Miles Morales and then do this for you guys. If I do stream it, I don't want to do it. I'm about to do a Ragnarok where I'm just gonna play Ragnarok for you guys. And I've played the first game. But I mean, I didn't play it for you guys, but I'm gonna just jump right into Ragnarok. But yeah, this game looks dope, Spider-Man 2. And then, like we said in the beginning of the podcast, Marathon got announced. If you're not familiar with Marathon, it is the first game Bungie ever made before they made Halo. If you didn't know, Bungie got acquired by Sony last year. And this will be their first game that they're making for Sony. I don't know if it's I gotta look up all these games because I don't know if it's an exclusive.
No, it's a multiplat.
Okay.
Yeah, I know for sure it's a multiplat. It's coming out on everything.
So yeah, let's talk about it, man. Because I want to see how.
I've never played the original Marathon. I know it's like a Doom clone, so it's at the very least its roots are good. A lot of Halo lore is rooted in Marathon. There's a lot of references in the games. But I don't know, the way it looks is like, you know, that the Destiny planet on Venus. Yeah. Is it Venus? And you know, with all the Vex and shit.
Yeah.
It looks like you're playing on that. With all the Vex milk and shit.
Oh, yeah.
The way it's stylized. I mean, I can't really get a good grasp of how the gameplay is going to be because this is just a concept trailer. I know it's going to be an extraction shooter from what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, because it's all on PvP, no story at all.
I'm sure it has like Dark Souls type lore.
Yeah, no campaign.
Yeah, no story mode, but like
no single player.
I think if the extraction is good, like that gameplay is good, I think they should expand it. I think they should definitely expand it. But it's hard for me to want to like this because the Bungie I know nowadays is not the same Bungie that made Halo.
Yeah.
So it's like
Gotta be a little wary. Yeah, gotta be a little wary.
yeah, I really like because they're bringing back Cade 6 for Destiny, and I'm like, y'all killed him off, and I feel like they're doing that because Lance Riddick died, and I really don't like. They really need a figurehead for Destiny.
No, I think because Final Shape was already like they already let us know what the last 3 expansions were gonna be for Destiny. They told us literally 2 years ago that we were getting Witch Queen, Lightfall, and then the Final Shape. So
Yeah,
I think they already had that lore down pat with Cade 6 coming back.
maybe I don't know. It was just weird that they killed him off so early in Destiny 2, like, and then nothing.
Hey man, for
years.
him to have a
I don't know.
good comeback.
Maybe it's bad timing because of what happened to Lance.
Yeah.
I feel like they were like, oh man, we lost Lance. We got to get someone that's like going to be the face of Destiny. And it's like, oh, we can bring back Cade 6.
Yeah, because people do not like Akora.
Yeah, no one likes Akora.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
It's just boring, man. Like
yeah, she like people liked, yeah, because I didn't really like Zavala that much when Cade 6 was around. But when they got rid of Cade 6, I liked Zavala.
I didn't like Zavala until Destiny 2 because he was a
but
badass.
To be fair, they didn't really have that much story in Destiny 1, so it was
true.
They didn't really flesh out his character, and then that trailer for Destiny 2 when he's on his whole journey from being resurrected for the first time and everything, I was like, all right, I can vibe with Zavala now. Like, but yeah, no, it's just a weird time, cool. I don't know. Maybe they have always had this as the case, but
I think
weird.
so. I give them the benefit of the doubt with that. I think so. Okay. I don't think they were like, fuck, man, Lance died. Call what's his name? Nathan.
I feel.
His name is.
Listen, as much as I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, it's like it's a major corporation.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, man. I think this DLC's been done 2 years ago. We just finally getting drip fed the content.
So do you think Destiny 2 is going to end when Marathon comes out?
Maybe so, because they did say Final Shape is they've been saying Final Shape is the last expansion for Destiny 2.
Or do you think they're going to do a Destiny 3? I
think they're going to do a Destiny 3 eventually. And what people have been scared about with Destiny 3 is they think Destiny 3 is going to be a Sony exclusive. It's going to be a PlayStation exclusive.
I mean, obviously Marathon's not, so I don't think so. I think it would be really unwise of them to suddenly do it.
Me too.
Because
Destiny has such a loyal, faithful community. To break that community up is just like
it makes no sense, especially when Sony's still going to get revenue from the Xbox players. So it's like it makes no sense. But yeah, nah, I think Marathon, it should be, I don't know. I want to say it's going to be a solid shooter. Destiny is a good shooter, so they have the basics.
Yeah, they have that's the thing. Like, if they're going for a PvP game with little to no narrative, all right, they're good at that because Destiny had at one point little to no narrative. So they're good at that.
You're right. Destiny 1 was great game mechanics.
Great game mechanics. Amazing. Oh, I would say amazing, but
fucking
it's great.
Substance.
Yeah, facts.
You're right. This generation of Bungie is pros at that.
Yeah, Marathon about to kill it.
Destiny 2, if it didn't have that campaign, it would have been the same shit.
Marathon about to kill it, dog. They about to kill it with this.
I want to play it. I do want to play it. I just don't want to. I don't want it to suck. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think this might be another day one. I mean, depending on we get further down the pipeline and we get.
The weapons are probably going to be rooted in Destiny lore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think this is going to be a solid shooter. I think, like I said, these 3 games that I'm talking about: Spider-Man, Phantom, Blade, and then fucking this. Definitely gonna be day ones.
I hope they still do the Tarkov style shit where it's like they have some PvE in there too.
Yeah, because I think that's what makes that genre. Like,
you need all 3.
Players, you got players, you got you got your bots, and then you have just your survival. I mean,
mean,
I like that. I like that.
there's just something about being dropped in a world, finding shit, and trying to survive and get out. That's like just thrilling to me.
Yeah, it's a really good gameplay loop. That's what me and Coyote was literally talking about with DMZ. Like, it has it's a gameplay loop that I can get behind. Like Battle Royale to me, even in its beginning with like Fortnite and stuff, it was very hard. Even when Warzone came out, it was very hard for me to get into the genre.
I think it's
But
because it's more rushed because your
I think
zone is closing, so
it's
you don't
not even
explore
just
that
that.
much.
I don't even think it's just that. I think it's there's a lot more uncontrollable elements in that compared to like DMZ or like a Tarkov and shit. But yeah,
I mean, it's similar
we'll talk about
concept.
that in another podcast, man, because we talked about this DMZ shit for a while. Let's talk about this handheld that's coming out real quick. Let's talk about
Oh
this
god, the
handheld
PS
and these.
Vita.
Yeah, let's talk about this handheld and these earbuds that they got coming out. So Sony announced they got a dedicated game streaming device. They're codenaming Project Q. It will stream any game for the PlayStation 5 console using remote play over Wi-Fi. Has an 8-inch HD screen and all buttons and features of the DualSense controller. Has no release date given. But they also have PlayStation 5 official earbuds that look really good. I ain't gonna lie. The earbuds, if you're a Sony, if the PS5 is your main console, those earbuds might be worthy, depending on what they charging for. If they're doing like 150 for the like 100 to maybe like 150, because that's what AirPods, Apple AirPods go for like 180,
Yeah, but like
$200.
the earbuds, are they just for PlayStation 5 or can you use it with
No,
anything?
they're totally Bluetooth to any device you want. But
Okay, so then yeah,
they
probably
have three.
probably
They
fine.
have what they have is they have 3D audio, which if you've experienced 3D audio on your PS5, it is really good. It is really fucking good.
Mhm.
Like if games utilize it right, like Call of Duty utilizes it right. I don't know if you guys watch me on stream or not, but when I play Call of Duty on stream, I can literally hear like where the fuck the enemy is coming from with 3D audio. And
Yeah.
the headphones I use to stream aren't even fully, dedicated for 3D audio. But like my friend that does have that headset, he's told me and can confirm like 3D audio is just it's insane, dog. Like it literally puts you in the game. So to have a smaller version of that, for your music or whatever you do in your day-to-day life, and then with your games, it's pretty dope. Because I
Mhm.
mean, that PlayStation headset is a little big, and I don't see people walking down the street with that joint.
I mean,
So
people do it all the time for the aesthetic of it, but
probably,
yeah.
but and then they got this Project Q. Depending on what the price tag is on it, I know I can just go and
$200.
buy. If I could buy this joint for 200, I might do it because I like the idea of being able to lay in my bed and play my PS5 in bed. But the only thing that scares me is because again, this is a streaming device. It's not like you're downloading these games
Yeah, it's not like the
directly
Switch.
so it's like I'm a little worried about that. It's not like a
I think the
Steam Deck.
the
Yeah, the
Steam Deck
Steam Deck
lets
is
you do
way
that.
better. Yeah, it's way better with
But
it. So
here's the beautiful thing. Most of these games are coming to PC anyway, so you might be better off just getting
buying the Steam Deck.
yeah.
That's what I've been seeing the argument it is. I definitely want to pick up a Steam Deck. I definitely want to. I hear the Steam Deck is great. I just hear it's hit or miss on like older games. Like, older
Yeah,
games just kind of don't support it like at all.
it's
So
better to it's definitely look at the reviews for the games you have in your library for Steam Deck and
yeah, because
see.
they definitely tell you with that shit. But
Yeah.
I mean, if this handheld thing's like $200, definitely might be worth it. I mean, again, if you're like in the Sony ecosystem, you can
Mhm.
tell what they're trying to do with these two devices is just kind of keep people in the ecosystem. And Sony's been doing a good job of that. I think we talked about that a couple podcasts back. Like, Microsoft is trying to create their own ecosystem. It seems like Sony's trying to do their own thing to kind of keep their players where they're at instead of them just roaming around. Because again, with crossplay being an available thing, nowadays it doesn't even really matter what system you play on as long as you're playing the game. But now it seems like it's up to the like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, whatever, to keep people in that ecosystem that they're currently in.
Yeah.
I think these walls are up and shit. I mean, you can just literally play. Like I can be on PlayStation, but I could play with my PC friends or my Xbox friends. And now it's like you kind of got to keep me rooted where I'm at, because once my friends get to talk about, like I'm getting all these great frames and stuff on PC, you're gonna make me be like, well, shit, like I need to come over there and shit like that. So I think Sony's trying to keep people within their ecosystem of what they're trying to do. I just think price point is important on these two things, because we're seeing a lot of these streaming devices come out. I think Logitech just came out with one. And it's very expensive. It's good, but it's very expensive. So I think the problem with these streaming device handheld things is they can't quite nail down the same price point as a Steam Deck. But the issue that they're having is they're trying to go further and beyond the Steam Deck, and then price point becomes a fucking thing. Because if I'm just buying this thing to stream games from a system I already have, it's like, bro, I might as well just get my fat ass up and go sit at the desk and go play the goddamn thing.
Yeah, the money, it's not justified. Especially, I feel like even though we've had a lot of bad PC ports, PC player, to be a PC player in this market right now is actually pretty good. We're getting options from both sides, of both first party options now, whereas before we would either have the option to emulate those things or have to buy a console. Now we don't have to. We could just get off of Steam.
I'm gonna be like EP. I mean, that's all right.
I mean, you say it's all right, but it's like if it's running properly on the PC, and rather than having to buy a PlayStation, now I can take this PlayStation first party title. I play it on my PC and then port it over to my Steam Deck, which I can take anywhere. And yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's true. But like I said, I'm always be an advocate of play with what you want to play on. And there's nothing wrong with fucking consoles, though. There's nothing wrong with that shit. Unless it's Xbox.
That shit. You have an Xbox.
Yeah, I don't fuck with it. I definitely don't fuck with it. I definitely don't
fuck
with
it. But I do want to say it's like the craziest thing that I saw was that Konami.
Yeah, let's get it.
Metal Gear Solid Masters Collection.
Let's get it.
With the original NES Metal Gear Solid as a part of that.
Yeah,
and Snake Eater remake, which we didn't see gameplay for. We saw a cool trailer for. I immediately
we got some screenshots.
I knew it was Snake Eater because I saw the fucking parrot.
Yeah, once we saw the parrot,
I was like, "That's that old guy."
Snake Eater the minute we saw the fucking ant. Once we saw the ant, I'm like,
shut the fuck up.
I was like, yeah.
Once we saw the monkeys rolling around in the balls,
I was like,
I knew it was Snake Eater.
I knew.
I hope they still have that mini game in there. But yeah, no, like I'm surprised that that's gonna be a multi-plat.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater got announced. And why I saved it for last is because it's not a long conversation, because we're gonna wrap this up soon. It's not a long conversation, but it's a conversation because again, this is the second, and now there's rumors going on. We'll get to rumors in a minute, but this is the second Metal Gear game that's being produced by Konami without Kojima. Now, I don't give a fuck because this is the way that I justify this one, right? And it's very easy to justify. I already got into a Twitter argument with somebody about it. It's so easy to justify this one because, again, the script is already fucking written, dog. Like, all they have to do is recreate the gameplay. And you don't even have to recreate the gameplay. Just make the shit look better, run better, feel better. Kind of like what they did with Resident Evil 4. I mean, sort of what they did with Resident Evil 4. They changed a lot with the Resident Evil 4 remake, but at the same time, there's a lot of quality of life there that just makes the game feel a lot better for present day compared to the original game. All they got to do is do those two things: keep the story consistent to the original game, have the same locations, same story, don't change shit.
David Hayter is the voice actor.
David Hayter, that's another rumor. We'll get to that. David Hayter, bring him back. And you got a solid game that I'm gonna be like, if it comes out next year, like it's game of the year to me. To me, it's game of the year. This is one of my favorite games of all time, dog. Like getting remastered. I was hearing rumors about it all week that it was gonna get that they were gonna announce it. And then I guess somebody just came out and was like, yeah, they're definitely showing it. Like, dog, like some big guy that behind the scenes was just like, dog, they're definitely showing that shit tomorrow. And they did. And I screamed, and it was tears of joy. And I'm excited. And then they announced, like E-Night already said, the collection, which will come with Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, and Metal Gear 1 and 2. So,
yeah. I'm excited for that because I really want to replay the first one.
Yeah, what a time to be a fucking now hold your horses on that. I can confirm for you that the collection is a PlayStation exclusive. It's a PlayStation exclusive, dog.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a PlayStation exclusive. And I'm gonna tell you why. Sony and Konami have a joint thing with the original Metal Gear Solid that they won't let that game be ported to other systems. Now, it's easy to just say, oh, Snake Eater, not Snake Eater. What about Twin Snakes? Twin Snakes was a game that was given from Konami to Silicon Knights to be developed third party for the GameCube. They allowed that to go through because it wasn't the original PS1 Metal Gear Solid game being remade. It was it was like a brand new game basically. So I'm pretty sure this is, when I seen it, I'm pretty sure this is a PlayStation exclusive, but I'm gonna look it up before I give you all some.
Oh, well, I already did, and it's not.
What?
So, according to Kotaku, the first two games, let me see here. Where was it? Okay, announced alongside Metal Gear Solid Delta 3 Delta, Konami's Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume will come to PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC by the way of Steam in just a few months. The PlayStation Store page via now shows the original Metal Gear 1 and 2 will also be a part of the package, both which laid the groundwork for the sprawling game for. So
okay,
so right. Yeah, everything's multi-plat.
That's good shit. Because I know Snake Eater was multi-plat, and I was fucking surprised by that.
It didn't make sense to me that they would release Snake Eater, which was originally only released on PlayStation, right?
The PS2 game, yeah.
Yeah, and then release the collection.
Wait, was Subsistence? Hold on, I gotta look if Subsistence was Metal Gear Solid. Subsistence might have 3 Subsistence might have been on PC.
But they also brought Peace Walkers and the remakes of those games to Xbox 360. So it's not a crazy thing. I think the same way that Square Enix had kind of like a weird exclusivity deal with Final Fantasy back in the day is the same way that Konami is probably operating. Like, it's probably just like it's multi-plat. We always remember Metal Gear as like a quote unquote first party title for PlayStation, but that's because the originals are only released on PlayStation. Yeah, but later down the line, they came back out on Xbox and other.
Yeah, that was like GTA back in the
day. GameCube even had Twin Snakes.
Yeah,
so
that's like GTA back in the day. If you remember, San Andreas and fucking when it first released, San Andreas was only on the PS2.
Oh,
and
really?
Then it came out on the Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so far, everything that Sony has shown in their showcase has been a multi-plat. Like
Yeah.
I think even fucking Spider-Man might be a multi-plat.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
on.
definitely it's coming to PC, but it's a timed exclusive like the first one was. So like
Okay,
two
but it's
years
not
later,
coming to Xbox though.
two
This
years later it'll probably come out on PC like it
okay.
did, like the
Yeah, but
last one did.
a lot of the games they did show are multi-plats, and some of them are games we already knew about. So, like low key, I feel like the showcase itself is like that's like a 6.
Yeah, for PlayStation, but
Yeah,
I I ain't gonna lie, like I got
they.
Metal Gear, dog.
I mean, yeah, I want to hype for Metal Gear
did you
2.
look at the screenshots?
I saw the screenshots. Yeah,
Did you see the foliage?
I saw the foliage. I saw the guy hiding, like just barely camouflaged by the foliage. Too.
Dog, did you see the tree?
I saw the tree. I saw the leaf.
Oh my
I
god,
saw
bro.
the humidity in the shot.
Bro, oh my god,
I saw
bro.
the air texture. I saw the god rays.
Oh
Listen,
my god,
it's
bro.
gonna be a pretty game. I
Oh
just
my
hope it
god.
doesn't suck.
I have faith in Konami, dog. And that's crazy for me to say. I have faith, dog.
Well, I mean, listen, hate to be the reality check, but fucking, there have been remakes that had a whole script. All they had to do was follow the scripts, and they just fuck the bag. So, like,
I have faith because here's the two rumors, right? We'll get the easy one out the way. David Hayter's returning as solid as Big Boss in this game. Well, Naked Snake.
which is a good sign. That's a good sign.
That's a rumor. So take it with a grain of salt. I seen it. Like I don't know. I gotta look it up where I got my source from, but take it with a grain of salt. This one I think I can confirm through Kotaku, or one of those games radar something.
Oh no, he is returning.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, no, there's a IGN. I think it's a GameSpot article.
okay.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater Remake Metal Gear Solid Collection revealed. The trailer started off with close up of ants crawling, dead frog taken by a bird. Eventually, a bird lands on the log, is attacked by snake crocodiles. The camera pans away, and the tree background, the naked snake emerges from the water. Press release confirms original voice characters will star in the game, which should mean the return of David Hayter. So I don't think it's that crazy.
Yeah.
If they're saying original voiced characters, then
And
yeah, I
then
feel like he's coming back.
and then the other rumor that we were getting is that um Kojima and Konami are kind of being friends for this game. Like they're working together on this game. Like they're cool for this one. Like they're cool. But that's just a
They're not
that's
going to
just
trap him in the basement.
yeah, this just a rumor, dog. Take that shit with a grain of salt. Like I said, I think I have faith in Konami with this. I think they'll do a good job. Just nail the gameplay. Nail the gameplay. Give us the Phantom Pain gameplay on this, and you got a winner. You got a fucking winner, dog. Like you cannot go wrong with this, dog. You cannot go wrong with this. This will be a game that I'll play for the next fucking 5-10 years, dog. Like you got a winner with this one, dog.
Yeah.
You just got to nail the gameplay. I mean, and then this is a good sign. If it does well, we'll probably get to see Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 get remade. But, the argument that a lot of people was having was why don't they just remake Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2, which is a good point because those games are super outdated and they need to be updated.
I think it's because of how Snake Eater's gameplay actually is. It's survival-esque, so therefore it's...
I don't think it's that. I think they're doing this one first because it's the first game chronologically. Yeah.
I figured they were going to go with a good, like, because of the gameplay itself, it would hook people into the game.
It was definitely not even just that. It's revered as the best. I mean, there's 5 different remakes of Metal Gear Solid 3 already.
Is it remakes or is it remasters?
Remakes and remasters. So you got the 3DS game. You got the fucking pachinko machine. You got Subsistence. And then you got the HD collection.
Okay.
So this is the 5th. This will be the 5th remake or remaster of this game. So Listen, fingers crossed. I think this game is going to be dope. I was really excited for this. I'm excited for the collection as well because the collection means that I can buy it and I can stream that shit for y'all, man. Even though I could just connect my PS3 and put my Legacy Collection disc in the PS3 and stream for y'all, I can stream it easily without fucking up my setup and connecting and unconnecting shit. So expect in the fall for us to play Metal Gear. I mean, and be streaming Metal Gear games.
I would very much like to stream Twin Snakes. That would be fun.
Well, we're not getting the Twin Snakes version. We're getting the original PSX, John.
Oh.
So yeah, I honest to God, I might just skip that, John, because I like hot take, me being a big ass Metal Gear Solid fan. The PlayStation 1 Metal Gear Solid, dog, like I love it and hate it, dog. That game put me through so much to beat it. It's so fucking hard, man. That game is difficult, man. Even on easy, that game is hard as shit, dog. Like, that game's hard as shit. And I haven't played that game since I was a kid, so that might be part of it. But
yeah, you might have just sucked.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, man. But I'm excited to play Metal Gear Solid 3. And since this is volume 1, this lets us know that we're getting Peace Walker.
I hope they don't do a Final Fantasy 7 though.
What?
I hope it's the whole game and not like cut up into episodes. I'd be.
No. I don't think that's it. But dog, we ain't getting nothing for that. But I can't wait. I cannot wait till the second part of Final Fantasy 7 comes out. I can't wait. Excited.
All right. So, that being said,
just wrap this thing up. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the show, all that good shit, man. What was I going to say? Make sure you guys check out the links in the description. Check us both out. Eknight's been getting busy. He got a lot of things that he's working on right now. So make sure you check him out on YouTube and Twitch because he'll be back on Twitch. He'll be doing his thing on Twitch here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said in the beginning of the year, I'm like more focused on YouTube than I am Twitch now. So like, yeah, I'm streaming here and there.
Yeah, facts. But me, make sure you check me out over at Twitch. I'm doing my thing. And check me out on YouTube too, because I'm working on some content for YouTube. I'm trying to be more diverse and consistent. And who knows, I may even do like some live content on exclusive to YouTube. Like nothing crazy, but I might try to do like some live streams over there on YouTube just to kind of diversify myself a little bit for you guys. So yeah, I mean, make sure y'all check that out, man. It's your boy BLAZEdxENFERNO, man. We out of this bitch.
All right, dope. I gotta take a shit.
All right. Oh, this motherfucker, man.